Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm Corny Swiss, and today, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I had to go in the rapid fire event with all the AAA and stuff, and this is one of the replays I picked up along the way, and it's kind of short. It's about 5 minutes long, and then I have another shorter replay as well. It's a clip I've had for maybe a week now, and I've been looking for something to pair it with because it was too short as it was. So, this was a good thing to match it with. Start going towards C, and immediately there's tracers flying everywhere. I'm just trying to lay into these guys and get a kill there. And this is what I really liked about this event, is that it's just so quick. Like there's a, what is that? Is that a Wirbelwind or an Ostwind? Whatever it is, it's dead now. I really like the ZSU for this event. I noticed a lot of people were saying the German ones were strong, and they were. But I don't know, the ZSU, something about the just something about the gun, and I don't know, felt like a good tank. I also kind of liked how the hull armor was basically against like the American SPAA. It was fairly useful. And now I'm being bold here. I'm starting an air battle. I'm going to be in a Focke-Wulf with one bomb, I think. Fairly large bomb, it looks like. Oh no, rockets. Never mind. I'm sorry. And my controls were weird for planes because I'd been flying around in like a simulator thing. So I switched them back. I actually don't have my joystick with me. I left it at home when I came back to school, and but I'll be picking that up on the next time I'm home, which should be closer to spring breaks, like early March. But yeah, I mean, as you'd expect when you're flying into a crowd of AAA, you get shot down. Like big surprise there. So that was a short time, but I did kill somebody, so that was good. And now we've captured C, and we're in a fairly good position to win this game. That's something about AAA, is that if they are effective against the tanks they're facing, you can basically just hold down an entire advance just by spraying at everybody. But alternatively, the enemy can just spray at your position, and if enough of them spray at you, you're likely to get knocked out. Also, artillery is really deadly. I mean, open-top vehicles, as far as the eye can see, with minimal like armor, side armor, and things like that to protect you against splash and such annoying occurrences. But another really quick update while I'm just driving around. I've started work on the first map overview. I'm working through how I'm going to do it, but suffice to say I have started. Oh, I was thinking this was a good idea. I'm going to come around this corner, and hello! Oh, would have been really nice if I disabled that guy, but no, I set him on fire, but he's just going to spray me right out. That's kind of what happens. If you come around the corner in front of AAA, they just kind of spray you. And the turret on AAAs are generally not thick enough to deal with 50 caliber machine guns. So, you get kind of wrecked. But I got another one. I got the Gaz 72, I think it is, and I haven't really driven this thing. I don't think I've ever driven this thing in a real battle. Seriously, at least. So I have no idea how to play it. But I do find it incredibly annoying that you have to turn the gun sideways to point it down, but I guess that's realistic. But it is nice that it's basically just a truck, because a truck drives really, really well. You can pull some very nice turns and has good acceleration and things like that, and it's really nice. But like I said, map overview, I started on the first one. I basically I almost picked a map at random. I basically just played some games, got a game I liked where I sort of drove around a lot of the map just by nature of playing, and I said, okay, I'll do a map review on that one. I'll do, not really a review, map overview on that one. So that's how it was picked. I don't really know which map to do first, so I just, like I said, just did it kind of randomly. But obviously I won't overview the same map twice, and yeah, I kind of knew that would happen, but, I also cleaned him up too, so who cares. But that'll be it for this fun little replay. Yeah, it was a fun event. I really liked it. I thought it was really fast-paced, kind of intense, but you know, I can some people may not have liked it, but there were definitely some amusing moments. I think I saw once where a guy just sprayed like 6 enemy tanks. They came around a corner. He was sitting there and he just went, bleh, just mowed them all down. Really funny. But let's move on to the next replay for this video. And here is that next replay. I'm driving the IS-4. This is a realistic battle, a realistic domination battle on Ash River. And no, Ash River was not the map I randomly selected. But the enemy have already captured C. I kind of joined this game a little late. They've already captured C, and it looks like we're making a little bit of a push to go towards A. This was one of the earlier games, because I hadn't played the IS-4 in a really long time. I mean, there's not a lot to remember about it, but particularly the gun. And so I was using I was shooting this AI just to kind of get a feel for the gun again, get the, you know, ranging characteristics and all kinds of things like that. Something about the IS-4 I don't think I've mentioned is it does have a machine gun, but I wish instead of the coaxial 50 cal, I wish it was the machine gun on top. That'd be way more useful for air defense. But, you know, it's the coaxial, which isn't horrible because you can use it for things like obscuring enemy tanks' views or ranging targets and things like that. I mean, both of those kind of give your position away, but at the same time, it's not a tremendous... I mean, especially in realistic battle, they know where you are anyway, so it's not a huge loss. Simulated battle, I can understand really trying to avoid to use the machine gun because it is just basically a line of tracers that leads back to your tank. Whereas at least with a tank shell, you know, it fires, it goes, and that if they don't see the muzzle flash, the smoke, or the tracer, you know, it doesn't happen. Yag Tiger is going to be very sour about life. Yep. That happens every time you shoot the side of a Yag Tiger with a 122mm gun. But we've captured A, they've captured C, and there's going to be a little bit of a fight for B. Now, I don't really want to continue poking around that corner. I know there's an enemy tank over on the other side. So I'm going to come around on this side. I have to reload anyway. So might as well not, you know, might as well keep moving and come at it from a different angle. And honestly, this side favors me a little bit more. And, you know, catch the side of his turret. That's always a plus. IS-4, very strong tank, yes? I mean, IS-4 is probably still my overall favorite tank, but it's well documented that I really like armor, and I'm willing to give up other characteristics to some degree to achieve that armor. I think the IS-4's gun is more than I would want. Like, if you told me I had to give up something, if you told me I couldn't have the IS-4's gun, but I could keep the armor, and the gun would maybe be just like a little bit worse, I would still really like the IS-4. And the speed is pretty good. It's actually a fairly quick heavy tank too, which is sort of amazing. It's just an overall really powerful tank. And I'm just sitting up over here. So far I've bagged 3 of the enemies. And I'm just kind of looking around, and there's just all these AI down here. They need to die too. So we're going to pop at this AI Yag Tiger. And oh, sure enough, just as I fire, an enemy spotted down over there. But I'm going to drop on down and pursue them on the lower level. And I've said it before, but I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and I have been, on Ash River, I have been going to the northern part of the map, the sort of the valley, just because I don't feel like I can have, it's almost like you can't really say anything about something unless you've tried it. And for the longest time, I never went to the northern part of the map unless I was forced to. Like, the last enemy was there, or that's where the cap was, or, you know, whatever the case might be that made me go there through the course of the game. Nowadays, I don't want to say I feel bad about going there, but I still don't feel quite as good about it. I generally will default to the southern ridge just because if you divide Ash River into 3 zones, the valley, the middle bit, and the southern ridge can affect both zones very well. the valley can't affect the other two zones, and it's difficult for the middle zone to affect the other two zones. It's basically like they have to be playing poorly to allow that, right? So you're kind of in a situation where you have to rely on the enemy to, what I would consider, make mistakes. May not necessarily be mistakes. I think they would be, but you know, that's just my thoughts. Whereas on the southern ridge, it's you go there and then you capitalize on just everyone, because either they've defended the ridge, in which case you try and kill them, or they haven't defended the ridge and you just sit there and kill everybody. And to boot, in domination there's always a cap there. In conquest sometimes the cap is there. And yeah, it's just a solid place to be. Now, I think it does make this map rather, I mean, I really have only experienced a third of the map to its, full extent. Like I've played on the middle section of the map, I've played in the northern part of the map, but the southern part of the map I know really well, just because majority of my time is spent there. It's just like on Jungle, I know I guess it'd be the southern part of the map there too, because I spend a lot of time between the hill where A would be on a domination map and that southern road. Those are usually where I go if I'm on that map, depending on what tank I'm in. If I'm in something heavy or something with a really powerful gun, I'll generally default to the hill. If I'm in something light and quick, I'll generally try and go to the southern road and just flank around. But that was another fun game. I wanted to have another clip to put with this one, and the rapid fire event really kind of fit the bill. So yeah, I guess what you should take away from this video, if my rambling wasn't enough, is I've started working on the map overview. I have no timetable on when it'll be done. It'll just be done when it's done, because I'm really experimenting, and I'm trying to come up with a good way of presenting it and really get as much information as possible. So it might take a little finicking. I might release two versions of it, a short version and a longer version. I don't know. We'll do something. But anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Corny Swiss, and I'll see you next time.